The Arnona neighborhood is an upscale part of Jerusalem, about a 15-minute drive from the downtown area, where locals have been talking a lot lately about their prominent new neighbor moving in soon, the United States Embassy.
On one hand, it can raise up the value of the property. It's good for the reputation of the neighborhood. I have some mixed feeling.
Noga Korkos lives across the street from the U.S. Consulate building in Arnona. It's where American citizens can renew passports, replace lost or stolen ones, and Israeli citizens can apply for visas. It's also where a temporary U.S. embassy will be relocated come May. The compound is a fairly nondescript building along the hillside that may be easily missed, except for the large American flag on its roof.
I never felt that actually I'm close to the American consulate. I never felt. People are asking me, where do I get my visa? How do I get to the American consulate? In that respect, I never felt that it's affected the life, the way of living
day of life.
The daily life. No, nothing.
At Tomer's Bread Shop, a neighborhood cafe in Arnona, where people can stop for a cappuccino before going to the hair salon next door or nearby grocery store, locals like Shira Winter and her mother Anat Zuria agree there's been a lot of talk lately about the embassy's relocation.
For us, it's a question more of if somehow you can take this heated issue and turn it into something positive.
Yeah.
So that would be nice. But I'm not sure that is happening, but hopefully that could happen.
The Trump administration announced that the embassy will be relocated from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem in May to coincide with Israel's 70th anniversary. The State Department said office space will be set up at the consulate in Arnona for U.S. Ambassador David Friedman and a small staff. On Monday, sitting alongside Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu at the White House, President Trump said he was considering attending the opening of the new embassy in May, adding it would be built for $250,000, not the billion-dollar price tag he said was put on his desk recently.
We're going to have it built very quickly and very inexpensively. They put an order in front of my desk last week for $1 billion. I said, $1 billion? What's that for? We're going to build an embassy. I said, we're not going to spend $1 billion.
In February, the State Department said that by the end of 2019, the government will expand the Arnona compound to provide even more space for the ambassador and his team. A State Department spokesperson added that the Trump administration has also started searching for a permanent embassy location. Since January 1989, the U.S. government has leased 7.7 acres near the consulate compound in Jerusalem from the State of Israel for $1 a year to be used for a new embassy. Today, the property is surrounded by apartment buildings and may not be conducive to building an embassy, whereas the U.S. Consulate Services building in Arnona is already a secure compound with adjacent property that could be used for additional government space. The so-called Diplomat Hotel building is owned by the U.S. government next to the consulate building, but is currently home to some 500 elderly Russian immigrants. Clothing lines hang from some of the windows. Security guards prevented the media line from interviewing any of the residents recently, telling us to leave the property. Those we tried to speak with declined to talk, saying they were scared about retaliation by the government. Israel's Ministry of Aliyah and Integration gave notice to the residents in this letter that they would be relocated in the year 2020, but so far they have no idea where they will be going. The daughter of one 78-year-old resident told the media line that people are very worried.
I come every so often to visit my mom, and people are very worried here, and they don't know where they will be transferred. They make promises, but nothing is for sure, just hot air. There is nobody to talk to.
Knesset member Ksenia Svetlova, who represents the Diplomat Hotel residents, said she's demanded answers from the State of Israel's immigration ministry.
My first priority is to know what is happening with these people, where they're going to go. I want them to stay in Jerusalem. They lived in Jerusalem since the first day then they came to Israel, and it's just fair that this very old people will live their life in dignity till their end in the place where they know everything.
A special committee hearing is scheduled March 19th to discuss the relocation of the Diplomat Hotel residents, a story that, until this point, has been overshadowed by the relocation of the U.S. Embassy. In the Arnona neighborhood of Jerusalem for the Media Line, I'm John Huddy.